shall I go on? Shall I go on or not? I need to hear. Buddy needs to hear what you want me to do. I'll tell you what I'm going to read. Nightclub, because it's got drama. I'll skip ahead to story 6 in Train Tracks. Okay. Clear the floor, everybody. This is a closed set. Everyone out of the studio. Nightclub from Train Tracks. The bar was dark, like a scene out of The Godfather. We sat next to the long, dark mahogany bar at a small table. The steak was served. I had never eaten steak that was this soft. In fact, I didn't know the steak was supposed to be soft. The only steaks I had ever eaten before were hard, rubbery, difficult to cut. This one cut like butter. The tough man served us without a smile. We were the only ones in there on a Saturday afternoon. It was on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, in what was known as Yorktown, a German neighborhood. It was owned by my friend's father, Jackie Hart, who was the toughest guy in the neighborhood. He was a professional gambler and a club owner long before anyone knew what that meant. All the other men were either small businessmen with tiny little stores, or they worked in the trades or in the garment center. Jackie was a guy out of The Godfather. He was quiet. He hardly ever spoke. Everyone respected him and everyone feared him. We had gotten downtown not by train tracks, but one of the hard men from the bar had come to get us by car to eat in Jackie's bar. There are many stories about Jackie. This was one of them, the one about the soft steak served by the hard man. Another story about Jackie that comes to mind occurred around the same period when I was 7, 8, 9 years old in the Catskill Mountains, where most of the families from our apartment building retreated to what were known as bungalow colonies, in essence small villages that were rented for the summer. Each family rented a small cottage. This was Paradise Lost. One summer, my family, Jackie's family, probably 10 others, all rented individual cottages or bungalows at the same place. It was on a long, sloping, grassy hill with a swimming pool. This summer, a huge fight had broken out between the owners of the bungalow colony and this group from the Bronx. It was very unusual for these men to engage in a fight, but fight they did. It started over an insult thrown at one of our neighboring women by the owner in the little grocery store that belonged to and was run by the bungalow colony owner. Who knows what it was over? But it was a huge fight that went on for most of the day, and it ended up with Fat Pat the bookie dragging one of the brothers around the property by his collar, pulling him until he gave up, but he wouldn't give up. Fat Pat kept pulling him around, telling him, "It's time you gave up," but the guy wouldn't give up. Jackie Hart, on the other hand, got into a fist fight with one of them and bashed the guy's head in. The guy bit him in the forearm, and as you may know, human bites are far more deadly than dog bites. It took him months for that wound to heal. Jackie was a street fighter long before he was a bar owner, growing up in the Yorktown area of New York. He told a story years later to us young kids about the period during World War II when there was an actual Nazi party in New York City and other places sympathetic to Hitler. Jackie was on a subway car when one of the American Nazis jumped up and started to scream, "Kill the Jews! Kill the Jews! Kill the Jews!" Jackie was not a man given to words. He didn't react with words. He said he waited until the subway car stopped at a train station. He grabbed the Nazi and smashed his head between the car and the platform until he was a bloody pulp, and then he left without a word. That was Jackie Hart. There was a fight he talked about. Oh, my God, I'm running overboard here. I'm getting into it. Okay, this is all from my book, Train Tracks. I guarantee you, of all the books I've ever written, this one is closer to my heart and the truest of all. I'll be right back.
Savage.